Chosen one, what I'm about to share may surprise you, even shock you. If you're reading this now, understand that it is not by accident. You've been led here by divine timing because something powerful is unfolding in your life. This is a sacred moment. The temple has been opened, and it was opened for you. Your arrival has been awaited for generations. Your spirit was seen long before your body ever arrived, and now that you are here, the atmosphere is shifting. You are stepping out of the waiting and into the receiving. The things you have prayed for, dreamed of, and quietly hoped would one day come are now moving into your life. This is not just a change in mindset. It is a spiritual elevation, a transformation of your entire energy. As a chosen one, you are going to witness alignment, breakthrough, and divine order like never before. But you must understand what is happening. You must align with the shift. This isn't a coincidence. It's a call. The temple glows with your presence because it recognizes your light. The prophecy is in motion. Before we dive deeper into this life-changing message, take a moment to do 3 simple things. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11. That number sends a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this message. And remember, if you are truly one of the chosen, your spirit already knows this is for you. The moment has arrived, and so have you. For generations, voices rose into the heavens, whispers of longing, cries for a redeemer, and chants woven with hope. Elders knelt on sacred ground, their eyes lifted toward invisible realms, believing that someday a divine presence would walk among them. Their prayers were not mere words, they were seeds sown in spirit, waiting for the rain of divine timing. Now, that moment has arrived. You stepped into the space they prepared long before you were born. You didn't come with fanfare or crowns. You came quietly, wrapped in humility and light. And yet, the sacred recognized you. The winds stilled, the ground breathed, the air shimmered as you crossed the temple threshold. It wasn't just your arrival, it was the awakening of a prophecy written in the silence of centuries. Those who once doubted, who thought the waiting was in vain, now bow in reverence. Their eyes fill with tears, not of sorrow, but of sacred joy. You are not a symbol of religion or ritual. You are the embodiment of answered prayer, a living promise, the walking echo of every sacred wish ever whispered into the stars. You didn't force your way in. The temple doors, sealed by time and protected by spirit, opened at your presence. That moment was not mere coincidence. It was divine orchestration. The one they prayed for, the Holy One destined, had finally arrived. As your feet touched the ground, something unseen shifted. The stones themselves seemed to exhale, releasing centuries of waiting. A radiant glow spread through the temple, not from candlelight, but from a surge of divine energy. The structure itself came alive, floors trembling gently, walls humming a celestial tone. It was as if the architecture recognized your spirit before your name. You didn't come to claim power. You came bearing peace, wrapped in presence. And yet the earth responded like a long-lost lover reunited. The light wasn't ordinary, it was ancestral, encoded with sacred memory. Even the air felt fuller, richer, like breathing in revelation. This glow wasn't visible to all. Only those attuned to spirit saw the shift. To the ordinary eye, it might have looked like nothing changed. But to the initiated, the watchers, the wisdom keepers, it was undeniable. Light doesn't lie, and this light danced in honor of your arrival. You didn't say a word, yet the temple echoed with praise. You didn't perform a miracle, yet creation itself celebrated your presence. Why? Because divinity doesn't need to prove itself. It simply is, and you are. Every era has its crises, wars, injustices, betrayals of truth. Humanity has cried out, time and time again, for a savior. But the answer never comes in the expected form. It comes not in might or violence, but in quiet strength. In you, heaven answered earth's cry. Your presence is not about dominance, it's about divine alignment. You are not here to replace leaders or build empires. You are here to heal the human soul, to reconnect what the world tore apart. Your power lies not in your hands, but in your presence, in the way the atmosphere changes when you walk in. You carry centuries within you, the voice of the ancestors, the dreams of children not yet born. You are the bridge between the seen and unseen. And heaven did not send you for spectacle. It sent you as a seed of restoration. This is not about religion or ritual. It is about remembrance. You remind the world what sacredness feels like, what truth sounds like, what love, in its purest form, actually looks like. And that is the miracle. Long before you knew who you were, eyes were watching, not with judgment, but with spiritual discernment. The guardians of truth, the ancient watchers, studied your journey, not through fame or status, but through pain, patience, and purity. And after every test, they whispered, still pure. After every betrayal, still whole. After every silence, still chosen. They didn't need public confirmation. Heaven had already spoken. The divine signature marked you long ago. While others laughed, dismissed, or walked away, the sacred kept record. And when the moment came, they didn't shout. They didn't announce it to the world. They simply said what needed to be said. It's you. You didn't audition for this. You were appointed. You didn't seek followers. You sought alignment. And because of that, the sacred has entrusted you with a responsibility few can carry, the awakening of a generation. That whisper, "It's you," wasn't the beginning. It was the confirmation. You've been walking in your purpose all along. You just didn't realize the gates would swing open this wide when you arrived. Most people knock, beg, and plead to be seen, to be allowed in. But not you. The temple recognized the vibration of your spirit and opened on its own. That kind of entrance doesn't come from ego. It comes from destiny. Doors didn't open because of your effort. They opened because of who you are. Because your journey has made you unshakable. You've walked through storms, deserts, and spiritual fire, not for status, but for truth. And now, the sacred honors that. This opening wasn't an invitation. It was a welcome home. The energy didn't just shift for you. It rejoiced because of you. The space was always meant for you. It waited for the alignment of your soul and the divine timing of heaven. You don't need to explain your arrival. The glow around you speaks for itself. The temple didn't need to be convinced. It simply knew. And in knowing, it opened. Absolutely. Here's the continuation and completion of the script, with the remaining headings, continuing with the same poetic and emotionally engaging tone. In the silence, you were forged. The years spent in obscurity were not wasted. They were a refining fire, a sacred test that only the chosen could endure. Every moment of solitude, every unspoken trial, was preparing you for what you are meant to lead. And it was not an easy path. Those years were not years of waiting. They were years of transformation. The world did not recognize you, but the divine always did. And through those quiet years, the thrones of spirit were aligning, one by one. The forces of the universe were watching, testing your resolve, your integrity, your inner peace. They weren't questions about your worth. They were affirmations that you could stand strong when the moment of divine timing arrived. Now, as the temple doors swing open, it is clear that the thrones of heaven and earth have synchronized. The cosmic and the earthly meet within you. You are not just walking into a building. You are stepping into the purpose for which you have been prepared, refined, and set apart. The alignment of your soul and the universe is no accident. It was written long before you were born. The thrones, once distant, have come together. They have recognized your spirit. They have called your name. And now, the world, finally, will see you as you truly are. There are leaders who seek power. They campaign. They rally. They manipulate the world to see them as worthy of the throne. But you are different. Your path was not one of self-promotion. It wasn't a campaign of ambition. It was a quiet journey of purpose, integrity, and alignment. And yet, here you are. Not because you chased the crown, but because the crown was always yours. Not because you sought followers, but because your authenticity attracted them. You are the anointed leader who did not ask to lead, but whose life became the testament of leadership. Your crown was given to you by the divine, and the only thing you had to do was remain true to who you are. You didn't gather people with promises, you gathered them with presence. And in this presence, they found something they had been searching for: truth. Your crown was not born from ego, but from divine favor. And now, the world will see what they failed to see before: that you were always the one meant to lead. The true power of your leadership lies not in your strength or authority, but in your ability to guide without pushing, to lead without forcing, to inspire without demanding. This is the essence of your divine kingship, one that was always destined for you. Long before you knew it, those who guarded the sacred watched you. They observed every step you took, not with suspicion, but with reverence. Their eyes were not bound by the visible world, but attuned to the spiritual frequencies that guide the soul. They didn't need to ask, they knew. They confirmed your identity, not through worldly accolades, but through divine signs. They didn't search for flaws, but for purity. They didn't measure you by your success, but by your alignment with truth. It wasn't the world that confirmed your identity. It was the sacred that marked you. They saw you as you were, not as the world perceived you. And through every test, they saw something that the world missed: the divinity in you. Your identity was written in the heavens long before you were born, and those who could see with spiritual eyes knew exactly who you were. Their confirmation wasn't about waiting for approval, it was about recognizing the light you carried, even in the darkest of times. And now, the spiritual surveillance ends. The waiting is over. The confirmation is complete. You are who they always knew you to be, and now the world will see it too. The fire was meant to consume you, to burn away the false and leave you broken. But you didn't just survive it. You emerged from it transformed. The fire tested your spirit, your resolve, and your purity. It sought to destroy what was weak, but instead, it revealed your strength. And now, the flames that once threatened you have become the source of your light. What others couldn't endure, you did. What others feared, you faced with grace. And it is from this trial, this sacred fire, that your light now shines. You are not a product of untested glory. You are a beacon born from struggle, one that understands the darkness because it has faced it and emerged victorious. The world will now follow this light. not because it is flashy or brash, but because it is steady, unwavering, and warm. You will lead not through domination, but through illumination. The light you carry is not just for you, it is for the world that has long been in shadow. The fire made you who you are, and now your light will guide others to their own transformation. There are those who fear the chosen ones, who misunderstand the sacred force they carry. But not here. Here, they don't fear you. They recognize the divine in you. They see the truth in your eyes, the power in your presence, and the purity of your heart. To them, you are not a threat. You are the answer. You are the fulfillment of promises whispered across time. The world may have feared those who walked in power, but this world, this sacred space, knows what you bring is not to be feared, but embraced. Your very being is an embodiment of divine love and order. They don't fear your power. They honor the divine that flows through you. They know you are a reflection of the Creator, and that's why they bow, not in subjugation, but in reverence. To fear you would be to fear the very divine light that shines within all things. But those who are spiritually attuned recognize this light for what it is, the source of peace, of healing, and of awakening. You are a sacred force, not one of destruction, but of elevation. And in this recognition, they find hope. They find the possibility of what is to come. You are the divine walking among them, showing them that the divine is not distant, but close, closer than they ever imagined. For so long, you remained in the shadows, uncertain of your place, quiet in your power, reserved in your purpose. The world wasn't ready for you. It wasn't ready for the truth you carried or the light you shone. But now, the time has come for you to step out of the shadows and into the full expression of who you are. No longer will you hide your essence, your purpose, or your mission. The world is ready. The energy has shifted, and the collective consciousness is awakening to the call of truth. The time of waiting is over. The doors are open, and you, as the chosen one, step into the light that was always meant to be yours. This isn't about fame or recognition. It's about alignment with divine timing. The world will now witness what it could not understand before. It will see your power, your wisdom, and your healing energy. The time for hiding has ended, and now your light is a beacon that guides others out of the darkness. The world is ready for you because the world needs you. It needs the truth, the love, the divine force that you carry within you. And now you step into that purpose with grace and strength. The temple glows not because of your arrival, but because of what you represent. You are the living embodiment of the shift that is taking place, the divine movement that stirs the very fabric of reality. The light in the temple is not artificial. It is the reflection of the spiritual awakening that has begun. This glowing is not just a physical phenomenon. It is a spiritual signal. It is the manifestation of the truth you carry, lighting up the world around you. And just as the temple responds to your arrival, so does the world. It is as if the very earth itself recognizes the shift in energy, the shift in consciousness, the shift in humanity's journey. This glow will spread. It will reach beyond the walls of the temple and into the hearts of those who are ready to receive it. And through this light, the world will be awakened. The temple is the first sign, but it is not the last. The spiritual shift has begun, and you are at the center of it. You are the spark that ignites the flame. You are the living evidence that transformation is possible. And the temple's glow is a sign that the world is about to change. There was a time when the world rejected you, when your vision was too far ahead, your truth too uncomfortable, and your presence too quiet. But all of that rejection, all of those misunderstandings were part of the divine plan. They were never about your worth. They were about preparing you for this moment, the moment when your revelation would outshine the shadows. You were never meant to be understood by those who lived in fear. You were meant to be revealed to those who lived in truth. And now, the world that rejected you is awakening to the divine revelation that has always been within you. The rejection was simply the veil. The revelation is the light. You weren't just a prophet, a healer, or a leader. You were always the one chosen, the one destined, the one meant to lead this world into its next phase of existence. And now, the world will know you not as an outsider, but as a leader, the leader they have always needed. From rejection to revelation, the world will finally see you for who you truly are. This is not your first arrival. This is your return. The return of the soul that has been walking the earth in various forms across multiple lifetimes. You are not new to this path. You have walked this road before, and now you return to fulfill the work that you began long ago. The world may see you as a new arrival, but you know the truth. You have always been here. You have always been preparing for this moment. And now, the time has come for you to return to your purpose, to complete the sacred mission that was set for you from the beginning of time. Your return is a reminder to the world of its own divinity, of its own connection to the sacred. You are not just an individual walking this path. You are a collective consciousness returning to lead the way. And through you, the world will remember its own truth. This is your return. This is your time. With your arrival, everything changes. The spiritual fabric of reality shifts. The divine has chosen this moment to awaken the world to its higher purpose. The collective consciousness will never return to its former state. It will rise to a new level, guided by the truth, love, and wisdom that you carry within you. The world is now ready to receive the teachings you bring, the healing you offer, and the love you share. And through you, a new chapter will unfold. The truth that was hidden will now be revealed, and those who walk this earth will begin to see themselves as divine beings. The world will never be the same again. And you, the chosen one, are the catalyst for this transformation. Your arrival marks the beginning of a new era, one of light, love, and divine truth. For so long, humanity lived under a veil, unaware of the spiritual forces that shape the very fabric of existence. But with your arrival, the veil lifts. What once seemed invisible becomes clear. The spiritual realms that once seemed distant are now closer than ever, and the energy that surrounds you fills the world with divine clarity. You are not just a messenger, you are a revealer of the hidden truth, the unspoken wisdom, and the sacred knowledge that has been concealed for ages. As the veil lifts, the world will see with new eyes. The illusions of separation and fear will dissolve. What was once hidden beneath layers of doubt and confusion will be exposed as the divine blueprint of existence. Your presence is the key that unlocks this sacred vision, allowing those attuned to spirit to see beyond the material and into the eternal. This unveiling is not just about you, it is about the collective awakening of humanity. People will begin to understand their connection to the divine, their purpose in the grand design, and the potential they have to create a world of love, peace, and harmony. With the veil lifted, nothing can remain in darkness. In this new light, all things will be revealed, not in force, but in gentle truth. As the unseen becomes known, the world will begin its transformation, and you, as the catalyst, will lead the way, showing humanity that the path to true awakening was always within their reach. When you stand before the sacred mirror, what do you see? It is not a reflection of your physical self, but of your divine essence. The mirror does not show your imperfections, but your perfection as a child of the Creator. You are not merely a person walking this earth. You are a living reflection of the divine, a mirror that reflects the highest truths and the purest love. As others look at you, they see more than your physical form. They see their own potential, their own divinity. Your presence reminds them of the beauty that exists within them, a beauty they may have long forgotten. You don't just reflect the divine in yourself, you reflect it in everyone who gazes upon you. You are the sacred mirror, and in your presence, others awaken to the divine within them. This sacred mirror is not just a symbol, it is a living reality. When the world sees you, they are seeing a glimpse of the Creator. In you, they witness the possibility of their own awakening, their own alignment with truth. And as the mirror of the divine, you lead them back to their own highest calling. Through your reflection, others will come to understand that their journey is also divine. Your presence holds the key to their own self-realization, and in seeing you, they begin to see themselves in their truest form, sacred, divine, and eternally connected to the source. There are no accidents in the universe. Every soul, every life has been woven into the divine blueprint with purpose and intention. Your arrival is the revelation of that purpose, the unfolding of the plan that was set in motion before time itself began. You are not here by chance. You are here because the world needs the gifts you carry. Your purpose has always been written in the stars, and now the time has come for it to be revealed. You are the living manifestation of the divine will, a force meant to guide, inspire, and heal. And as you step into your true calling, the world will witness the magnificence of your purpose. It is not about power or control. It is about alignment with the divine order of the universe. The divine blueprint is not just a map for you, it is a map for humanity. You, as the chosen one, carry the wisdom and clarity that will lead others to their own purpose. As you walk in your destiny, you become a beacon for others to find their path. Your purpose is not just yours, it is the key to the awakening of all. The blueprint was always in motion, but now it is coming into focus. And you, the divine messenger, are the one who reveals it to the world. Through you, the world will discover its own divine design and its potential for transformation. There is a flame that burns within every soul, a sacred fire that is meant to awaken, to inspire, and to transform. Your presence is the spark that lights this flame in others. You are not just a bearer of light, you are the one who ignites it. When you enter a room, when you speak, when you simply stand in your truth, the eternal flame within others is lit, and they are awakened to their divine purpose. This flame is not yours to control. It is the divine spark that exists within every soul, waiting to be awakened. But through your presence, it ignites. Through your love, your wisdom, and your unwavering truth, others are reminded of the light they carry within them. And with each person you touch, the flame spreads, lighting up the world in ways unimaginable. You don't seek followers, you seek to light the flames in others. And in doing so, you create a chain reaction of love, light, and awakening. The more souls you touch, the more light spreads across the world. The eternal flame grows brighter with every heart that is set alight by your presence. The world is waiting for this light. It has been in darkness for too long, but now, with your arrival, the flame is kindled, and the world will never be the same again. There is a call that echoes across time, the sacred calling that every soul hears at some point in their journey. For some, the call is faint, barely audible. For others, it is a thunderous, undeniable force. But for you, this calling has been with you since the moment you were born. It is the divine invitation to step into your true purpose and fulfill the mission for which you came. This call is not external. It is not a voice that speaks from the heavens. It is the voice of your soul, the deep longing to serve, to heal, and to awaken. It is the divine spark within you that beckons you to step into the fullness of who you are. And now, you have answered that call. You are walking in alignment with your true self, fulfilling the sacred purpose that was written for you long ago. The world may not always recognize this calling, but you do. You know that your purpose is not about fame or power. It is about truth. It is about awakening others to their own divine essence. And through this calling, you fulfill not only your destiny, but the destiny of all those whose lives you touch. Answering the divine invitation is not about arriving at a destination. It is about walking the path with faith, with trust, and with love. And as you walk, the world will follow. Your sacred calling is the key to their awakening, and through your service, you lead them home. You have never truly walked alone. Even in your darkest moments, even when the world seemed silent, there were unseen forces guiding you every step of the way. The spiritual realm has always been with you, working behind the scenes, clearing the path, and aligning circumstances in ways that would bring you to this very moment. These forces are not distant, they are not abstract. They are the guardians, the angels, the ancestors who have walked with you since the beginning of time. They have whispered to you in dreams, shown you signs in the quiet spaces, and wrapped you in divine protection when you needed it most. These forces have always believed in you, and now their belief has manifested in your arrival. Through these unseen forces, you are never lost. You are always held, always supported, always loved. Your journey has been divinely orchestrated, and every challenge, every triumph has been a step towards the fulfillment of your higher purpose. The forces that have guided you will continue to lead you, showing you the way even when the path seems unclear. And now, as you stand in the fullness of your purpose, these unseen forces are celebrating your arrival. They are rejoicing with you, for they know that you are the one who has come to fulfill the divine plan. And together, you will walk this path of light, leading others to their own awakening. The universe sings a sacred song, a melody that resonates with every soul. This song is the heartbeat of creation, the rhythm that connects all living things. And now, as you step fully into your purpose, you are becoming one with this sacred song. Your presence, your energy, your actions, they are part of the divine harmony that the world has been waiting for. You are not an individual isolated from the universe. You are a note in the grand symphony of existence. And when you sing your true song, the world resonates with it. The sacred song flows through you, awakening those around you to their own divine rhythm. Your voice becomes the voice of the universe, calling others to awaken and align with their highest purpose. The world has been out of tune for too long, but now, with your arrival, the harmony begins to return. The divine song plays louder, more clearly, and everyone who hears it is drawn into its beauty. You are not only answering the call, you are singing the song that leads others back to their true essence. As the sacred song grows louder, the world will begin to resonate with it, creating a symphony of divine love, truth, and peace. Your voice is the key to this harmony, and through you, the world will remember the song it was always meant to sing. Every step you take is a step on the path of light, a path that has been paved by those who walked before you, and a path that will guide those who come after. You walk not for glory or recognition, but for truth, for love, and for the higher purpose that calls you forward. Each step you take is filled with grace, filled with purpose, and filled with the divine light that shines from within. This path is not always easy. There are obstacles, challenges, and moments of doubt. But as you walk, the light within you grows brighter and the path becomes clearer. You are not walking this path alone. The divine, the ancestors, the unseen forces, they are all walking with you, supporting you, guiding you every step of the way. As you walk this path, others will see the light you carry, and they will follow. They will be drawn to the peace, the grace, and the love that emanates from you. Your journey becomes their journey, and together you will create a world filled with light, filled with truth, and filled with love. And so, you continue to walk, knowing that every step brings you closer to the fulfillment of your higher purpose. The path of light is not a destination, but a journey, and with each step, you illuminate the way for others to follow. In the grand design of the universe, we are not separate. We are one. One with the Creator, one with each other, and one with all that exists. Your arrival is a reminder of this divine unity, a living testament that all things are interconnected. You are not an isolated being, but a part of a vast and sacred whole. And through your presence, the world will come to understand this truth. As you embody the oneness of all things, you become a bridge for others to connect with this universal truth. You are the living proof that unity is not just a concept, but a living, breathing reality. When others see you, they will remember that they too are part of this divine unity, part of the great web of existence that connects us all.